Hmm. I will check that out. Yeah, I don't think I've read that one yet. So
Yeah,
thanks for the rec.
it's a fantastic book. I've read it several times, and I really really like it. And um, yeah, I found it really helpful because I was very much in the number thing, and he's helped me try to do a better job of looking at the other side of the numbers.
I didn't know he was a number cruncher.
Oh yeah, he's a big number cruncher. That's what I mean. That's what he said. I'm a. How did he put it? I'm a number nerd.
Number nerd. I like that.
I'm a number nerd, and so it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I didn't get that either from listening to his lectures and reading his blog all these years. But then when he was talking about it in a book, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I can see that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the last question. So, what percent of your portfolio do each of you typically hold in cash or cash equivalents? I personally have a bad habit of going mostly or all in and then wanting to buy on pullbacks and not having the funds available. I tell myself it's a high quality problem just to help me sleep at night. And this is from Jackson, who also is a contributor to our community in the Value Spotlight. So, great question. What are your thoughts on Jackson's question?
Yeah, I love this one. I guess my answer is kind of boring because it's something I've decided a long time ago, and don't have to think about it every single month. So
Mm,
basically, I'm I'm in the accumulation phase, which means I have a long time horizon until retirement. And so for me, I'm not worried about what happens with my portfolio in the short term. And so I'm always 100% invested. I obviously keep cash for an emergency fund for personal, but in the retirement accounts, in the investment accounts, I'm just 100% invested at all times.
mm,
The downside of that is, yeah, I miss out on like the pandemic crash. I just had to ride out the recovery like everybody else, and I wasn't able to, pounce on some businesses that were just stocks that were crazy cheap.
mhm.
But on the flip side, when the election run up happened, I imagine, I don't know for a fact, but I imagine there were probably people stockpiling cash because they expected a crash after the election. Um, I did not do that, and so I was able to receive the benefits of what ended up happening, which is the stock market went up. So
Mhm.
there's upsides and there's downsides, and for me, it's just been an easy decision. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same. It's a boring answer, but I really believe in that mantra that time in the market is more important than timing the market, and so I I'm okay with missing out on potential pullbacks or having to buy something that maybe has been on my watch list and now it's presenting an opportunity. And part of that is in part because the companies that I invest in, we invest in, generally you don't see huge swings in overnight. And because of that, you a lot of times you have time before you really have to make a decision. Yeah, there's, opportunities that present themselves like, a few years ago, Netflix drops 20% in a day. Depending on where you are in your investment cycle, you just don't have the money to invest and take advantage of that opportunity. But that's okay. And that's, I mean, that's part of the game is there's always going to be, Mr. Market's always going to present you with little opportunities like that from time to time. And I, just think that having my money working for me now all the time is better than trying to wait for that opportunity cost of sitting on 2% and waiting for an opportunity to present itself. I just feel like I, the opportunity cost of that 2% to me is better served to have it in the market than waiting for the next opportunity.
Yeah, I I like that philosophy.
Mm. Yeah, I mean it's a great question and it's a hard question, but I think it really comes back to you got to do you, right? You got to do
Mm.
what you're comfortable with, what you can stomach, what you can handle, and some people it's better for them to have 5-10% sitting in an account waiting for an opportunity to do something like that, and I suppose if you run the numbers, maybe that is a better way to take advantage because you could realize maybe bigger gains quicker. I mean, there is that idea, but to me, that's just extra work that I don't really want to put into, you know, I'm okay with, a 15% return as opposed to a, you know, 16 or 17% return for the extra effort that's required to do that.
I haven't seen any studies that confirms that that's actually better.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
Um,
But I do know, like,
completely guessing.
I'm sorry.
Completely guessing.
Okay. I do know that like the brokerages, they talk about how most investors that have accounts with them have around 10%
Mhm.
in cash. So
Mhm.
that's definitely common. It's very
Mhm.
common.
Yep.
We're weirdos.
Yeah, we are. And we're okay with that. Right. Anything else?
All right. Those are some great questions. Thanks so much for submitting them. If you have questions, like Dave said, please reach out to us and we'll look at them and we'd love to answer them on the air for you. Remember to, oh my gosh. I was hoping to do it like off the cuff and I was like, no, I don't need to pull it up. I need to pull it up because I forgot our tagline.
Okay. That's okay. I had to write ours down for a while too, so don't feel bad.
Okay. There it is. 3, 2, 1. Take action today. Connect, learn, and grow with Value Spotlight. Peace. Out.